I was working with a client today, and she works in investments, and she had just lost her job and was frantically worried about what's going to be happening with the future for her job search. Every time I work, not every time, but a lot of times when I work with clients, and I had a second one I'll be talking about in my next article, I get downloads. I don't just get downloads for them. I get downloads globally. So this is the one that I got working with her. Ready for this? The old models of investment properties and businesses are crumbling, and by 2028, they're still clinging to these outdated systems, which people will be frantically trying to extract every last dollar, every last ounce of value. So basically, land, property, and corporate empires, all of it is at the very tail end of this cycle. So people are hungry, they're desperate, and they're hyper focused on making the most financially of what's left. They are trying to hold on to a system that no longer serves the majority, a system built for accumulation, control, and hierarchy. So the landscape is shifting. I want you to take a look at the way it was 150 to 200 years ago. Before the industrial age, we did not have as many jobs as we have now. Like, we're in a gorging century. In the last almost 2 centuries, or century and a half, we've been accumulating funds, abundance, and all we want is more and more and more and more. And that's what's raised our standard of living and has raised all of the prices, and it's out of control. So things are shifting in the next 5 years because of AI, and there are new jobs out on the horizon, and the current workplace is just dying off. So, but this landscaping is going to continue to shift, and there's going to be what's called a universal income programs. They are slated to appear in the next few years, yet they will not create true abundance. So it won't last long. So at a first glance, these programs may feel revolutionary, offering a safety net for the masses. Uh, in reality, it will be more of a nuance for people, and people will realize that, do we really need money? And yet the overall flow of wealth will be limited. When this happens, they won't be able to charge an enormous amount of money for a car or a house or a vacation, because everybody will be on the same income and won't be able to afford. So they'll have to bring it, if they want to still be in the monetary system, they're going to have to bring down the prices. Now, this won't last long because, like, as I've always said, there's going to be a great divide, and we're going to go into two separate ways of living. And one way, which is the way I'm going to go, will not be monetary. We're going to have all the modern technologies. We're going to provide them for ourselves. So opportunities, financial opportunities are inevitably, they're going to level out, becoming more relatively accessible to everyone. And then comes the real shift, the technology revolution. High-tech innovations will empower individuals in ways that the old financial models cannot. People will find new methods of providing for themselves, creating their own income, generating value outside of the traditional system. There will be developers, visionaries, entrepreneurs who will not chase profit above all else. Their motivation will not be money. It will be helping people, building solutions, and advancing humanity. So with all of the air quote problems, AI, all the jobs it's going to take away, and I'll tell you the jobs it's not going to take away, just a few that'll come out, off the cuff, is it's going to also create opportunities for innovative, solution-based people to help humanity, that are not clinging to a profit-driven old world thinking. So they're going to embrace innovative technology for the greater good. The future will not no longer favor mere accumulation of wealth. It will favor those who can create real value and serve communities, create communities, and harness technology for the collective empowerment. Those who cling to outdated systems will see diminishing returns, while those willing to adapt will be finding opportunities that were previously unimaginable. Unimaginable. You can't even imagine it right now. And that's why when we're looking at our children and going, well, what about their college? What about their university? Am I going to get the money? Are they going to be able to get? It won't matter. In 5 to 10 years from now, education will be obsolete to a degree. And I'll tell you the advice that I gave her at the end of this. The tail end of the old world is also a moment of clarity. It shows us where scarcity, greed, control have dominated, and it highlights the new ways of abundance and how that can emerge. So technology, automation, creative problem solving will allow people to reclaim autonomy and self-sufficiency. So what's going to happen at first? Are we going to be bored? Are we going to be twiddling our thumbs because we don't know what to do? Well, there are very creative people that will continue to produce, continue to share, and innovate without being tethered to the corporate hierarchies or speculative markets or the almighty paycheck. And there'll be those that aren't. You'll be the receivers of this. And is it like a barter system? Is it a just for humankind system? It could be a bit of both. But the message is clear. The old world is fading and the new era is rising. Wealth is shifting from being measured in currency alone and being measured in creativity, access, and the ability to serve as many as possible. I can't say that again. By 2028, the transition will be undeniable. Those who understand this shift, who embrace the new models of collaboration and technology, will not just survive, they're going to thrive. So, those who are clinging right now to the old paradigm shift will struggle to maintain relevance and influence. And aren't some of you thinking like, I am ready to quit my job? I don't know what I want to do, but I know I don't want to do what I'm doing right now. Because intuitively, you know this change is happening and this shift is happening. The era of profit above everything else is ending. The era of purpose driven innovation, shared abundance, and technology empowerment is beginning. This is a turning point. This is our choice point. And the future will belong to those who see beyond money and control and who commit to creating systems, solutions, and opportunities that lift humanity as a whole. And there's going to be undeniable proof of how this is beneficial, not only for you, but your community. The advice that I gave this client was to take several courses that are free courses in AI. One of them is a Google AI course. It's literally ai.google/learn/AI/skills. I'll put the link below. And another one by Coursera, and it's AI for anyone. Over 2 million people have enrolled. And this is free too, both beginners levels. To be a consultant, you don't have to have any background, engineering. You don't even have to know anything about technology. It's about helping businesses and people bridge between the old way of living to the new way of living. That's all involving AI. And even if that's not what you want to do, I would highly recommend you take those courses. I'm going to be taking them just to keep you up to date with what's going on in AI. I hope you enjoyed this article. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Until next time, I will be talking about oil and gas in Canada and how it's going to explode into feeding the whole world and why.